Hi everyone, I am back. This is Shelly from Crafty Cottage Dreams. I am here to present my third journal, and she is called A Faded Rose. I used Ruby and Pearl's French Ledger Floral Collection. I used that collection, and some of her antique French ephemera and ledgers. And I also used Paper Daisy Journals, Digital Collection 2, the Rose Garden Junk Journal Kit, which is the cover right here. And again, of course, as always, Esme's beautiful trims, laces, appliques, and fabrics. And I'm sure, I forget, but I'm pretty sure I used some of Christina's stamps through Sublime Stamps on Etsy, and I used a few of MaryNotMartha's antique laces. And of course, my Sari silk is always from Swiss and Hammer. So let's get started, guys. I did my last video on my journal, and it is uploading right now. YouTube lately seems to be taking forever to upload videos. So my last video on my journal, it is not in my Etsy shop yet. As soon as I'm done with this video, and I've uploaded it, later on tonight I will be listing the last journal the last video with the journal that I did, and this one. Okay, so it'll probably won't be until later on this evening. So yes, here is another journal. A Faded Rose. And again, my cover is on the fabric, what do they call that? Fabric sheets. And that is my cover. It's very squishy. I like that feel. I don't like my journals to be, I like movement and texture, and I just like the way it feels in my hand. So that's how I like it. The cover is using Paper Daisy Journals, the Rose Garden Junk Journal Kit. And that is my front cover. And it is those printable fabric sheets that I used. It printed out so well that it was kind of like, bam, there it is. So what I did was I took a wet sponge and I went over it and kind of distressed it a little bit, so it looked like a Faded Rose journal. So that's how that name transpired, and I love it. I love the look that it's faded and vintage looking, so I love it. Again, everything I have Esme's beautiful ruffled sequin trim here. And I did not dye this one. I believe she dyed it, and it's in her avocado dyed stuff that she uses. And then again, you'll notice these from my previous journals, her beautiful crocheted trim, which goes along the back here. And I've been using that up because I have so much of it, and I love it. And then on top of here is a beautiful avocado. It was part of an applique, the same as this one, but I did cut it up and used that trim right here on the top with the pearls, and this beautiful, I'm pretty sure it's avocado dyed or tea stained. I'm not entirely sure. But this beautiful floral piece here, applique. And then again, Linda Price's beautiful tatting here on the bottom. She does a wonderful job, guys. And then here is, I made it look like so it was an open spine. It is not, but I did use Esme's beautiful white trim here along the spine and in the back. And then her beautiful, it's the same trim as this, her beautiful avocado ruffled dyed French sequin trim. One here, here, and here. So it kind of appears like it would be an open spine even though it's not. And here is the back, Paper Daisy Journals, designs, and Esme's trim here. And then part of that avocado dyed applique I used of Esme's up here. And yeah, so that is the front and the back. And then this will be included in the journal too. I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful digital. And it's always and forever, it says. So that'll come with the journal along with this beautiful fox rose that I've been adding to my journals lately. I think they make a nice touch. So let's just set this aside. And then look at, and here's the closure. And this sari silk is in lettuce. I love it. I love the color. It blends in so nicely with this journal, and I used it throughout the journal. So it's so pretty. But that is the closure. I added some knots in the bottom. So let's open her up and get started, guys. And yeah. So here we go. And I didn't use an eyelet this time, so it's in between that paper. So let's take these out for a moment. And here is Ruby and Pearl's French Ledger Florals. And I just think, I love the feel and the crinkle effect that has. And I'm always running into that. But anyway, and then here is another Esme's beautiful ruffled trim. And then this is from Renee in Boutiques. And I just tea-dyed that and added it there, which makes a nice little tuck spot. Hope you guys can see. And then inside that tuck spot, I added, let's take this out first. I used some a pastel yellow seam binding there. Sheesh, it's a struggle. And then here is Ruby and Pearl's beautiful antique French invoices, and I love it that it has the holes on the top. I think I did that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, because on there it had holes, and initially I was going to add ribbon along the top, and then I didn't do it that way, so I just folded it up. And then we have this beautiful, it's from Esme's shop, and it's a fiber trim, so I just added it along the back and the front here, and I love it because it has that green lettuce look that ties right in with the seam binding. I don't know, I just like it. And then we have I just have some coffee dyed paper here, which is embossed. And then this little applique here is from Angel Dream Crafts Kim. I still have a ton of that floral trim that I'm still cutting up and using, and it is dyed. And then on the inside, I just have some coffee dyed wax paper. And that is that. So we'll put this seam binding back on. Hopefully I can get it back on, guys. Oh, goodness. Here we go. I just want to put everything back in its place. The struggle is real sometimes. Here we go. And that just tucks right in here. I love it. And then here we have over here Ruby and Pearls antique French invoices. And on the back you can journal. And over here again, Ruby and Pearls French Ledger floral collection. I'm only going to say it once, so I'm not continuing to say it, but all of her paper, background papers and her papers are the French Ledger floral collection. And here I just have one of these beautiful pink paper clips here. I love these. They're hearts with some nude sari silk from Swiss and Hammer. And then MaryNotMartha's beautiful antique trim here. I have some of that sari silk and lettuce, and on the top here, and this is Amity Bloom's beautiful tags. You can journal in the back. Isn't that paper beautiful? And then I'm going to clip that right in there. And then I really hope, I'm pretty sure I'm in focus. Hope you guys can see. And then here's that beautiful Ruby and Pearls French Ledger. It's in like, it's not a blue, it's like a vintage green maybe. But here is another one of her antique French invoices. And I distressed it with Tim Holtz ink and shabby shutters. And I love the way it came out to make it look aged. And you can journal in the back. And that tucks right in there. And then here is Ruby and Pearls French Ledger. And then this is from MaryNotMartha, her beautiful trim there. And here is the back. You can journal here. I have some beautiful coffee stained paper here. Love it. I love the paper. And here I did some stenciling with Tim Holtz Rose stencil. And I used Tim Holtz ink and fossilized amber, and I love it. Who doesn't love that color? I just love that color. It's beautiful. And then over here, this is MaryNotMartha's beautiful antique lace trim, which I made into a pocket. And then I added some, this is seam binding. I added a bow, and I added some along the edges there. And this is Esme's beautiful crocheted French trim. And then we have Amity Bloom's tag and the sari silk and lettuce. And then look at that beautiful paper. And then some ledger. Not some ledger, but it's an antique invoice from June of 1920, and it's in French, so I definitely don't understand it. And that is the back. And that just tucks right in here. So pretty. And here is another part of our French ledger paper. And in here, I did a snippet of various laces and trims. The trims are from Esme shop, some of them, this one and this one, but I made a little snippet and I figured you guys could use it as a bookmark. So I added a little snippet bookmark, and over here, we have Ruby and Pearl's, goodness, ledger, or invoice, I mean. And then here we have some beautiful pink lined paper you can journal on. And that just sits nicely with a pretty, look at that, I love those pink paper clips. It's a struggle. There we go. And again, here is Christina's beautiful stamps, and what I did was used my from Tim Holtz embossing ink, and then I stamped this stamp from Christina's Sublime Stamp shop on Etsy, and it says Hotel Victoria. And what I did was then use let me grab that so I can show you. I did some embossing. I used some distress embossing glaze and peeled paint, and then I took my heating tool and went over that so it would give it a nice glazed stamp effect, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's that. And then over here, MaryNotMartha, we used her beautiful vintage antique trim, her lace there. And then over here, I just added some beautiful, I have some avocado dyed paper, this avocado dyed paper, some beautiful floral washi up there. And I've been loving using washi tape in my journals. And then I did some stenciling here in the fossilized amber. And then over on this page, I just have a rose gold paper clip, and look at that paper from Ruby and Pearl, her French Ledger Floral collection. I just love it. It's so pretty. And then here I just have, it's upside down, some ephemera roses. It's on the cream colored cardstock. And here I just tied it around with some of that sari silk and lettuce, and I love it. Love the color. And then I have a beautiful envelope here. If you open it up, I just put this beautiful ephemera piece, Wherever Life Plants You, Bloom with Grace. She's beautiful, isn't she? Am I in focus? And that is the back, and that is using Ruby and Pearl's French invoices, and that just tucks right in there. And let's put this back on. I love this color. And lettuce. I got to get more. Kind of went crazy using it up in this journal because it's just, it's so pretty, and it just was so perfect for this journal, the color. There we go. And that goes right in there, and then that clips right in here. I think I like this better up there. There we go. I'll tie that better after. So that sits nicely there. And on this side, It is clipped. Ruby and Pearls French ledger. Invoices. Just think they're pretty. I love, love, love her stuff. And then I have a little tag here. Look at these little girls. Aren't they adorable? They're so adorable. It's not what we have in life, but who we have in our life that matters. And then I just use some stickles on the roses here. And that is the back. And then I added, I love these pink guest checks. So you can do what you may with that. And that just tucks right in here. And over here, again, Ruby and Pearls French Ledger Floral Collection. Linda Price's beautiful tatting. And MaryNotMartha's beautiful antique vintage lace. And then over here is Ruby and Pearls, again, her French ledger in blue. And then it's a pocket right here. Chose those tags. And then we have Esme's beautiful beaded trim here. It's so pretty. I love it. And then we have Amity Bloom's tags with some sorry on the top in neutral. Tucks right in there. And then we have another beautiful, which is upside down, roses ephemera. And that tucks right in there. I love, love, love this paper. And again, here is Esme's beautiful lace beaded sequin trim there on the side. French ledger. And then we have Amity Bloom's, it's tied with, it's clipped with, again, that pink paper clip part with some sorry. And I love these envelopes of hers. And I always seem to use this one a lot because it's pretty. And then I use MaryNotMartha's a little snippet here in the back, her lace. And here is Esme's rosettes. It was in white, and I kind of just went through with my ink. And what ink did I use at Tim Holtz? It wasn't Victorian Velvet. It was sponge sugar, I believe. And then the closure, that's the closure. And then inside here, I just have this beautiful index card, which I coffee stained, and then I decoupaged a rose on there. And then we just have a flip of some coffee stained paper. You can journal, you can decorate the front of this if you choose to do so. And then you can also use this if you decorate that piece, and you can use it as, you know, just to decorate a page if you choose to do so. And that sits in there, and it tucks right in here. And then on this page, we have beautiful coffee stained paper, and that is, this is Ruby and Pearls, and it's just plain coffee stained digital paper, which I love. I don't have to do it. And then another roses card here, and then some more Ruby and Pearls French ledger. And again, I distressed it in shabby shutters, which it gives it that like mossy distressed look, which I thought was cool. And then I stenciled a rose up here using Tim Holtz rose stencil in a fossilized amber. And that tucks right in here, along with this card. So pretty. And then over here, I use MaryNotMartha's beautiful vintage lace trim here, and I used it as a pocket. Here on the bottom, we have Esme's beautiful floral trim, which I coffee dyed. And here is a piece of ledger here, which I just pinned on the pocket with this little pearl pin. And then I added some sari silk for a bow here. And then we have Amity Bloom's tag. You can journal in the back. Some of that neutral sari silk. Some Ruby and Pearl French ledger. And sits right in this pocket. Again, some more of that French ledger. So pretty. And then here I just added some pink lined paper. And this pink line paper, it is through Tsunami Rose, the pink line paper that I use through here. And then this is Ruby and Pearls, and this is just clipped on here. Rose gold paper clip with some sari, and this is part of Ruby and Pearls ephemera and French invoices, and I love it. And that is the back. All I did was inked it up and used Christina's stamp and Boutique Vintage. And that just sits right on there like that. And then it is clipped. And that's the other side. And I just love, love, love this paper. Maybe I really hope I've been in focus, guys. And then this is the center of the journal. And I used it, I just used Ruby and Pearl's French ledger. Or actually, it's her antique French invoices, and I love it. I love the color. And then I did some stencil up there in fossilized amber. Again, here's that other page to the pink lined paper. Hope you guys, I think you are. Sorry about that. And then I just clipped rose gold clip with that lettuce sari silk. And again, here's another ledger. And it is just clipped. There we go. And that's the other side. Some stenciling. Fossilized amber. Using that Tim Holtz rose stencil. I love it. And here's this side. I love this paper. And again, it is clipped with beautiful pink clip. And here's another beautiful yellow roses. Aren't they beautiful? It's the back. And then here's another antique French invoice. Again, I use shabby shutters to distress to give it that mossy look. I love it. And then I stenciled on the paper there as well. So when you shut it, you can kind of see that stencil and fossilized amber. And that just attaches right here. along with this. There we go. And here is, again, this is coffee dyed paper, but it's a digital. It looks coffee dyed. And it's Ruby and Pearls. I love it because I didn't have to do it myself. And it looks beautiful. And then I just have Amity Bloom's tag with some of that neutral pink sorry. And then I just collaged right here on the bottom with some of that coffee dye paper that I embossed. Pink journal in the back. And this tag just sits in that this antique French invoice, which is Ruby and Pearls, and it's folded. So in here, I also have in that little pocket just some embossed coffee dyed paper. And well, before I put that back in here is that ledger paper. In the back, it's that beautiful green. And I'm hoping I'm in focus. And that tucks, this tucks right in there and folds, and then you flip it over, and this tag tucks right in there. And this gets clipped right in there. Love it. Love, love, love. Linda Price's beautiful tatting here. Again, here's that other side to that. Her antique, Ruby and Pearls antique French ledger. Or invoices, I should say. And it's in this beautiful, beautiful blue. I've created a pocket here. It uses Esme's beautiful French trim there. And then we have Ruby and Pearls ephemera. In the back, I just put some avocado dyed index card in the back, so it made it more sturdier, and you can journal in the back. Ruby and Pearls tag. Esme's beautiful French trim up there, which is along here as well. And of course, some sorry. And I left this plain so you can journal. This is that French. You can journal anywhere or add or whatever your little heart desires. Again, here is Christina's stamp. I used that embossing ink and I embossed it and glazed it right up. It's Hotel Victoria and it's pretty. And I did some stenciling here. This avocado dye paper, fossilized amber with rose. Added some washi up here. And then here's that beautiful pink from Tsunami Rose lined paper. And up here is some more of that beautiful ledger paper. I love it. And this just clips on the top. And on this side, here's the other side. Some of that ledger. Let's push this over more. Beautiful. Look at those yellow floral roses. So pretty. And then on this side, I have, look at that. I love that lettuce. And that sorry silk. And I have a beautiful tag here. Floral tag. Journal in the back. And then again, another ledger, and I stenciled in fossilized amber, and I distressed this in shabby shutters. Don't they look authentic? And that's the back. And it tucks right in here. Along with this beautiful tag. And on this side, have some ledger, some invoices. It was a collage piece of Ruby and Pearl. I think this was Ruby and Pearls. Yes, Ruby and Pearls. And then some ephemera, Ruby and Pearls. And I just backed it with an avocado dyed index card. You can journal in the back. And again, that clips right up there, and this tucks right in there. And then we just have a little flip. And here I added another snippet bookmark for you. And this is blue ledger, and this is like a very pretty green. And here is that beautiful French ledger of Ruby and Pearls. And then I added some pink braided trim along here. I just thought it added a nice touch and texture to that page. And then we have a little flip. You can journal on the inside. And then and this is the back side of that, and I stenciled here in fossilized amber. Tim Holtz ink in fossilized amber. I love that color. And then here we have Esme's beautiful ruffled trim, and I did tea stain this one, and this is Renee Boutique's. It was a floral trim. I tea stained that and added that there, and this creates a pocket on the side. So pretty. And then in that pocket, I made a little, again, this is like in the front pocket, some beautiful fibers from Esme's shop. It just fit perfectly, and I love it. And then Angel Dream Crafts Kim, I'm still using up her floral trim, and that is dyed. I used some, this is the back, that embossed coffee stained paper, and then inside we have coffee dyed, I think it's tissue paper, not wax paper, but anyway, and that is that. And then we have this beautiful, and this is, it's just wrapped in some pretty pastel yellow seam binding, and we have another beautiful music paper from Ruby and Pearls, and this is the back, and then I just stamped it using Christina's Boutique Vintage stamp, both ends there, and that kind of just folds, and then we will put this back. Pretty sure I can get it, guys. And that just slides right back in there. Let's move this for a minute. So pretty. And then this just tucks right in there. And then it tucks right in this backside pocket. So, and that is the back. And that is it, guys. A Faded Rose Journal. And again, here is the back, the spine, and the front. And I love it. And then I love this, sorry, silk and lettuce. Doesn't it look beautiful with that journal? It's just gorgeous. So that is it, guys. I am going to list everybody down below in the description box with everything that I used, and that just ties, and then again this just tucks in, little pretty spot here. Let's see if I can get it. It's usually not this. Of course I'm going to struggle because I'm videotaping. And that just tucks right in there. So pretty. And that is it, guys. And then again, you get this tube, this beautiful piece. So again, I'll post everybody down below in the description box. And I hope you loved my journal. And it was just so much fun to create. Again, I will upload my last video. Hopefully it's uploaded by now, by the time I got done with this. And I'm going to be uploading this, and then I will post those two journals, the previous one and this one, in my Etsy shop later on this evening. All right, and until next time, much love and hugs, and thank you for joining me today. Bye.